Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Serge. Did a review of the Alienware 17 R3 and I actually picked up around the same time this 15-inch R4. It's the newest, latest one. See, it's got that different grille on the back. Much nicer looking design. It's a lot more simple, a lot more minimalist looking, and has less of that gamer-esque feel, but more of that cool industrial simplistic look that I really like. A lot of hardware changes in this one. So I want to talk to you guys about all the main differences in these newer versions. I have the 1070 model here with the 6820 HK processor, 8 gigs, which I wish were 16 gigs, but I only got the 8 gig model of 2600 DDR3 RAM. So it's really fast RAM. The only thing I cheaped out on was the SSD, which I didn't get. I got the 5400 RPM 1TB drive, which I highly recommend you guys do not get because it is so slow and so bad. Get into the review. I want to just give you a quick design and overview of the laptop, and then we're going to go into gaming, and I'm going to show you an in-depth test on all your favorite games. And if I get enough likes on this particular video and people want me to do a part 2, I'll go ahead and I'll make a part 2 for you guys. So if you haven't seen your game tested in this particular video, leave a comment down below and I will be testing your game. Anyway, let's get to the review. Alright, so let's get this baby opened up. One thing I noticed about Alienware boxes is that they're exceptionally hard to open. So once we get it open, the new box art looks sweet. I absolutely love it. They have like a dismantled version of the Alienware laptop, just kind of hovering with a lot of different layers. It just looks really nice overall. Gives you like a feel of the hardware, which I think is cool. Oh man, that feels really nice and sturdy. Actually, a lot more sturdier than the 17 Alienware from last year's model that I reviewed. Here we have the power brick. It's actually larger than the previous power bricks, and mostly just because you have a lot more powerful hardware, so it makes a lot of sense that it's bigger. Here we have some pamphlets, just some statements by Alienware and how they like to create quality hardware. Can't disagree with them there. The hardware is pretty good. Just wish they made their charges look a little nicer. We got another pamphlet in here. This one's going to include warranty information and anything that involves like what ports this laptop has, what the buttons do, just an overview, quick overview of the I/O of this particular laptop. Kind of nice that they include it. Not everybody includes these anymore, so. Alright, so at first glance, the laptop is heavy. It actually feels almost as heavy as the Alienware 17, but because it's a 15-inch, it's a little bit lighter. I love what they've done to the thickness. They've decreased the thickness, and they have these really nice rubber feet on there. Overall, it's heavy, but that's expected from a gaming laptop, so I'm really just not complaining. I like how it's a lot more sturdy. It feels like a premium product, and the carbon fiber feels very nice. You have screws on the back that you can remove, and again, these rubber feet are the best I've seen in the industry. They just keep getting better and better every new model. On the back side, we have the grille, which looks really nice. It looks like it's a performance machine, and I think that's the kind of look that they were going for. When examining the rubber feet, we see that we have a total of 5 rubber feet, 2 in the front, 1 on each side, and then 1 massive one on the back side. It makes sure that the laptop gets enough air and is properly cooled. In fact, the heatsink on this laptop, see that black border bar grill thing? That is the whole heatsink. It's ginormous. It's the biggest heatsink you can get out of any laptop, and it makes sense. You got the desktop class CPU and GPU in there, so I'm not complaining because this is a sweet machine. They removed the glowing LEDs on the backside. I think that's totally fine because it distracts people. They've also increased the size of the Alienware logo on the front, but they actually decreased it when you open it up on the power button. It's a lot smaller. Overall, there's no screen flex. Only when you open up the screen and try to wiggle it will you notice that there is screen flex on the machine. One of my favorite features that Alienware put in is that you can push the overall screen all the way back to almost 180 degrees. It's practically 180. I think that's a great feature that they added. It makes the laptop more flexible. I noticed there are certain situations where sometimes I need to open it, above 160 degrees. I want 180, and they also moved the Ethernet port to the back side as opposed to having it on the side. I think it's a great addition. Let's take a look at what kind of ports we have on this laptop. So first up, we got the Ethernet. It's nice that they put it on the back instead of on the sides, and you got some screws on there for taking the laptop apart. You also have a mini display port to power your DisplayPort devices. We have a HDMI, and we also have a Thunderbolt USB-C configuration on the back, and of course the graphics amplifier. This allows you to plug in an extra video card to give your computer more performance. We have the power plug, nothing special there. That's the one thing I wish they did better. On the sides, we got a USB and an air vent. We actually have 4 total air vents, 2 on the back and 1 on each side. On the other side, we have USB 3.0, we have a USB-C, headphones, and a mic. So when examining the trackpad buttons, I noticed that they were a lot more mushy and they seem to flex quite a bit. The trackpad is pretty much the exact same thing. They haven't changed a whole lot about it. It glows, which is I think a neat addition. There's quite a lot of lights you can change on there. The trackpad feels fairly precise, but I feel like it's the one feature that Alienware is lagging behind in. They really just have to make the trackpad about 2 to 3 times bigger. When examining the keyboard, I gotta say they did a pretty good job. They did decrease the key travel just a little bit. Not by a lot, but just a little bit. But they also added a type of snapping mechanical feel to it. It's not like a normal mechanical keyboard, but it does feel like it's a little bit more sturdy when you're typing. You also have these keys on the far left, which are not that useful. I'm not sure why Alienware puts those there. When you get up close to the keyboard, you're gonna see that it's like one of those old school keyboards that you find in really old laptops. But what they did is they added a modern twist to it. So the typing feels better, and overall it just works quite nice. On the side, we have this glossy bar that kind of gives it more of a premium look. And I gotta tell you, overall, the general chassis feels very solid. When you try to click on the chassis anywhere, you're just not gonna feel it buckle anywhere. And that carbon fiber is soft and slightly cool to the touch, which makes resting your palms on there the best. I used to like all metal laptops, but now I'm actually a proponent of the carbon fiber design. I think it looks excellent. You can change any of the keyboard keys to any color you like. There's these sections that you can select, and then within the sections system, you can pick which colors you want. You can have the colors oscillating. You can have them pretty much any color from inside the color rainbow spectrum. You also have some LED strips on the sides. You got 2 LED strips on each side. One will be on the actual screen itself, and then the others will just be on the side of the chassis. Here I'm turning them both to purple and also changing the Alienware logo. Both the actual button and the Alienware font can be changed. And as you can see, it's a pretty flashy laptop. But that's the kind of design that gamers kind of want. They want kind of something that's fairly flashy. However, not everybody's gonna want that. But I do think it's cool that this particular laptop does include it. When looking at the sides, you can see how the LED strips really kind of gives this laptop a sense of identity. There's not a lot of laptops that do that. And they removed the LED strips on the front speakers like they had in the past. This is where they would have been in the past, and I'm okay. I mean, we have the speakers there. I don't think we need more lights aiming at you. It's kind of annoying when they have too many lights, I think. But they did decrease the lights on this particular version. They pushed them off to the sides to make them less intrusive, which I think is cool. We do have these removable screws. These screws are very easy to remove, and that's where I'm going to talk about upgrades. Now, since I cheaped out on the RAM and the hard drive, I did do this specifically for a reason. I wanted to be able to get upgrades later on in the future. So my thought process was, when the time rolled around, I'd get myself an SSD, and I'd also pick up some much faster and higher storage RAM. So I actually have them right here, and I'm going to show you guys how to do upgrades on your Alienware as well. So here we have 16 gigabytes of 2400 megahertz RAM, and we have the 950 Pro M2 SSD by Samsung. These are super fast. We got a gigabyte of write and almost 2 gigs of read. This thing is just, I'm gonna be the first one into games. It's gonna load my content really, really quick. And I mostly got it for content creation. You're gonna see that you have 4 slots for SSDs. You have 1 for SATA, you have 3 for M2, which is really, really impressive because that means you have a lot of storage expandability. The only thing you don't have a lot of expandability on is the RAM slots. You only get 2, and the max storage for RAM you can have is gonna be 32 gigabytes. Or you can have a minimum of 8 gigs in there with just one stick, or you can have 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes to have 16 gigabytes, or you can have 16 gigabyte sticks in each slot to equal 32 gigabytes. So overall, the expandability and upgradability is pretty good on this machine, because if you need an extra video card, you can use the graphics amplifier, and that will definitely extend the life of your device. And then of course you can plug in external monitors and all of that. So you can have a really powerful portable system. In this particular system here, I have the 6820HK processor with the 1070 GPU, and this is basically like a desktop performing rig in a laptop form factor. All right, so the first thing I noticed that I really didn't like, and it's actually kind of my fault, was the 5400 RPM hard drive. I don't know what was going through my head. I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna save some money here. I only have around 2K to spend through Dell's Preferred Advantage program, where they give you a credit line. So that's how I got this particular laptop. Anyway, I created the most fastest configuration I could think of with a fast CPU, GPU, and RAM, but I skimpied out on the SSD, thinking I'll just upgrade it later when I get a chance to. So I highly recommend you guys do not skip out on an SSD, because it does make a big difference in gaming. Even though people believe it doesn't, it really does. And part of it just has to do with load times. Your games load quicker. You can do simultaneous tasks a lot faster on an HDD. You have the arm with the disc, the oscillating arm moves back and forth, and it tries to read and do things, you know, but it takes so much time to move the arm this way and then move it that way, as opposed to the electric circuits that you find in like things like RAM, for instance, just similar to how an SSD works. So I really don't like that I did that. But other than that, I gotta tell you, this laptop's great. I really didn't run into that many issues with it. To be frank, they reduced the size of it. They changed the look up a bit. The look kind of jarred me at first. I was like, you know, this almost doesn't feel like an Alienware product. They removed some of the LED strips on the back, which I feel, you know, that they probably didn't need to do that, but they did it anyway. And I think it's probably for the better, because when you have a student who brings this laptop with them to college or something, or high school, whatever, the lights on the front could potentially distract the presenter or other people in the room. But again, you can always turn these lights off, so you don't necessarily need to have them enabled. I absolutely love what they did on the back here. They moved the Ethernet on the back here, as opposed to having it on the sides of the laptop. So normally when you were gaming on the older versions, you had the peripherals like the mouses and stuff connected here, but you also had the Ethernet that would come out, which would just seriously get in the way. I'm super glad they removed that. Another massive design overhaul that they did was they added 2 extra vents. So conventionally you had the vents at the top. You know, in the past, this is how it worked. The vents would be on the back of the laptop, and they just vent the air outwards like this. Now you have vents that are also on the sides of the actual laptop. So you have one vent here, one vent here, one here, and one there. So 4 total vents. I don't think I've ever seen a laptop that has, you know, 4 total vents. That's really impressive in a laptop world. And overall, I just feel like the performance is extremely good for the money. The value is great, and it's really thin for how much performance you're getting, which is something you don't get in a lot of gaming laptops. They tend to be a lot thicker. You can also open up the laptop like this. Pretty much you can bend the screen back 180 degrees. It's more like 175 degrees, but it's still really impressive how far back you can bend the screen. I absolutely love these additions. So with the whole overhaul of the design, I think it just looks phenomenal. I think the design is great. The trackpad and keyboard, the keyboard still works decent. They reduced some of the travel on the keyboard, so it feels a little less travel, but it still works great. Trackpad was pretty okay like usual. You know, I would have loved them to improve it. And they removed the weird bass boost thing that they had on the back here. Now I believe it's probably coming somewhere from the keyboard as opposed to just coming from the bottom. It's been removed, and of course you do have those front-facing speakers right here, which are really nice, which I thought was great. So the new design overhauls, definitely a plus. Thanks Alienware, thanks Dell, good job on that. They put the ports on the right side. It's a thin laptop and it also performs well. Now, for the performance, I gotta hand it to you. When I tested out the Alienware 17 R3 with the 970M. I was like, wow, the 970M, it performs great. It just rips through most of my games. I can run most of my games on high with good resolution, and I'm getting decent frames. Well, guess what? The 1070 is sometimes 40 to 60% faster, if not more in some of my tests. So it's just crazy phenomenal that they were able to reduce the thickness of the laptop, but also add that extra performance. I'd say, you know what, if you're a performance junkie, hands down, this is a laptop you want to get. I also feel like there's no weird pressure points in the laptop. Like on the old Alienware 17 R3, there was a few areas I could press and it would make a weird crunching sound or a clicking sound. It was actually around the keyboard area. Now you can't really do that. You pop the laptop open, it's just solid all the way through. I feel like this laptop was virtually just pure metal, but it uses carbon fiber, so it's lighter than metal. But I do get that really nice sturdy feel from it, which is something I've always liked about the MacBooks, which is what this laptop has. So I feel like it's just really well made, really well powerful. GPUs now are desktop class. They have now removed the M series. It's literally the same chip. Now, one minor difference is that the power consumption is a little bit less because they didn't want the power brick to be too ginormous, which the power brick is absolutely insanely humongous now, but I'm not complaining because it's the power supply, it's gotta go somewhere. When I'm using this laptop, I almost don't feel like it's a gamer laptop anymore. I feel like, it's a really well-designed product, almost like a MacBook that just packs all the performance that I really, really like. Now, if I could just install Mac OS on here to make the video editing a little less annoying, because Adobe Premiere just irks me inside sometimes trying to video edit on Adobe Premiere. It's really tough. The particular model that I got here was the 1080p model, and I would say, you know what, guys, if you have the extra funds, grab the 4K model if you can, or something that's higher resolution. I didn't initially feel, I thought, 1080p is probably still going to be good. I'm probably going to enjoy my 1080p experience, but the 4K screen on the 17-inch that I reviewed was just phenomenal. Once I got used to it, on a big 17-inch screen, I can have two full windows open side by side. I could just see so much. So if you can opt for the 4K model, heck, grab the 17-inch model if you can of this laptop. But I can tell you, this 15-inch laptop, it feels portable. It feels really, really portable. I closed it down. It feels very much like a 13-inch laptop, just a teeny bit bigger, and it runs great. Hands down, it's a really well-performing machine. Now, I can't think of any problems that I ran into, except for the lag that I'm feeling with the 5400 RPM hard drive. And I'm almost certain that the sluggish lag that I'm feeling is from this hard drive. Now, something that's really odd. So the mouse actually lags. And I think it's because the hard drive has not enough resources and just doesn't know what's going on, and it just kind of freaks out sometimes when I'm downloading a game, because I have so many I have terabyte of games installed in here that usually I like to open up their launchers and let them all update kind of at once, which is, you can't really do that very well on a 5400 RPM, so stay away from that if you can. Overall, the only other thing that I wish they did was that I wish they added some USBs on the back here. We do have Thunderbolt, which I believe is backwards compatible with USB-C, or it's the other way around, I can't remember. Just leave a comment below if you guys know how that works, or I'm thinking both of them are probably backwards compatible with each other, but yeah, it's overall really impressive computer. I have no complaints. So I wanted to thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions whatsoever, I will be replying to all comments, so feel free to leave a comment down below and I will be getting back to you. Overall, I'd say, you know what, if you've watched this far, go ahead and subscribe. There's no reason why you shouldn't, because if you're the type of person that has watched this far, hands down, you like this type of content. And I am trying to bring you guys more reviews of laptops, gaming laptops, just tech and in general. I will be diversifying what I review in the coming weeks here, and there is quite a lot of Apple products to review, which I do happen to like, so I will be reviewing those as well. But the interesting thing about this channel is I will cover the Apple product and I'll cover the other ones as well. So I think if you are interested in seeing what the competitors have to offer, definitely step on in here. I will be reviewing the iPhone. I do want to get into maybe iPhone gaming and a few other things, but I do have a lot kind of flowing through my mind. So if you want a specific video, leave a comment down below. Or if you're you just can't find the answer you're looking for, I'm here to help you guys. I do check the comments every morning. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.
Shit, we need to get more eggs, but that's okay.
Finally, I can run this game with good graphics.
What?
Ark Survival Evolved. That one game that's like Rust but with dinosaurs. It still looks kind of crappy though.
Really?
Kind of.
Define kind of.
Take a look.
Oh, that's not too bad. I don't know what you're talking about. You did not clean this all the way. Playable on it.
Some person just killed me. That's funny.
That is pretty funny. Oh, really?
Yep. I'm gonna stay dead.
Okay.
The fuck is this? Alrighty, I'll see you in a little bit.
They're actually not too bad right now. But I still see some stragglers on top, but that's understandable.
Did your video stop buffering?
No, I just wanted to read what he said.
Oh. Whoa, am I driving an electric? I am, that's great. Thank fucking Jesus they're not working.
Objective Echo has just been neutralized. I need fury. I've gained new power. More fury. Not enough fury. A foe worth killing. You cannot stand before me. I need fury.
All pick.
Let's see here.
What proving ground is this? Blood shall spatter. Regeneration! Yes. So I go.
30 seconds to battle.
I fear no beast. Galloping.
The battle begins.
These proving grounds shall be littered with the dead. Yes. With steel and strength. All Mars. Bones to crush. My steel. I'm killing. Juggernaut! These fools attack me. As I wish. My labor shall live on. By the built of Odex, I will avenge my dishonor. Death runs.
food for us.